There's an anti-tour 2 waiting to happen, basically. Satisfying, that, isn't it?
And the Grammy goes to...
Kylie, my queen, congratulations on such a brilliant docu-series. I can't imagine how cathartic it must have been to look back at career highs, health struggles, heartbreak. How have your own dreams evolved as you've grown in this industry?
Kind of much this, at the heart of it.
Yeah, like your
They're
dreams.
much the same. Like, I love music, I love performance. You're reminding me that I have said in the past, I would drive everyone crazy if I didn't have a stage. Like, I would, you know, there's a part of me that will break out into some kind of performance. I guess it's more just kind of building on every step of the way. It's building the history and the story with fans and audience, and yeah, I don't think I've changed that much. It's just kind of gone on for longer at this stage.
You drive me crazy if you didn't have a stage, because that's why we want to see you.
That feeling of freedom. I hate being boxed in.
You rocking up at the Kylie Drag Night, that's exactly where I would have been. What's the most important thing to nail in a Kylie impression?
Oh, hair?
Hair's a good
Outfit?
one.
I don't know, but there's so many good impersonators. Even when they're not a kind of couture version, I kind of love that as well. Like, just get the bedding and put a can't get you out of my head kind of hood on. Necessity is the mother of invention. We will just make it work. Life makes sense to me on stage. I don't know where we're going. There's certainly no end.
Watching you talk so passionately about music is what it feels like listening to your music.
Oh.
Is there a deep cut that you feel deserves more love?
Impossible Princess as a thing, you know, it is known as, you know, not the most, definitely, like the least successful time in my career, but it was so important, and the fact that that still resonates, and, you know, fans really got to hear my voice. I'm like, my voice when I was going through stuff. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if I've answered the question as a deep cut. There's lots of demos that never saw the light of day where I'm like, sure that had something, or it wasn't its time, or it wasn't finished. There's an anti-tour 2 waiting to happen, basically.
Put it out there.
No.
I will eat it up.
Yeah.
I'll devour it all. We've got to talk fashion. I know that everyone talks about the hot pants, but for me, it's the can't get you out of my head video. That outfit, phenomenal. Is there an outfit from your career that you'd love to try on for the first time again?
I don't think I'd want to put either of those two on at this stage of the game. Maybe the first Galliano showgirl costume, which was insane. I mean, the blue and the white feathers, kind of a nightmare to wear. It's, you know, let's open the show as a showgirl. Really difficult. You can't move your head. It's just a, you know, kind of cantilevered system. But yeah, that they would kind of corset me in every night in the quick change, cut it off into the next outfit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind stepping back into that for the first time.
Excellent choice.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's so clear is that you approach everyone with kindness. Mm-hmm. What does kindness mean to you?
That's a profound question. I don't think it's necessarily honesty all the time, but just being open to seeing the best in people. I mean, that can get me in trouble sometimes because I tend to, I wouldn't say gullible, but that's what I want. That's my hope and my kind of go-to in that way. In other ways, I am kind of, my default is a bit more defensive, and you'll see that in the documentary with press and with some things that I've just traversed. But yeah, kindness and openness to someone's potential and their shortcomings, and just as a human. I became frustrated.
The singing budgie.
Singing budgie. Awful, mechanistic. Terrible.
How are you feeling?
I can't actually speak just yet.
Watching you talk about the amount of abuse you received honestly made me bubble inside.
She's mad. She's upset.
Honestly, if anyone messes with you, send them my way. Why do you think that young, talented women are targets for such nastiness?
I'd like to think we're not so much anymore. I think it definitely has changed. I mean, I think in a kind of visible workplace where I am, you wouldn't get away with it, but I appreciate there's lots of places, homes, workplaces where people are not that accountable, and that I've tried to keep my language nice, but yeah, that you can see the steely glint in both our eyes, like, not on.
Infuriating. Is there a question that you're often asked that you're just like, oh, not this one again? And I'll hope it's not my next question.
Even when I'm asked, I mean, of course I'm going to be asked the same questions a lot, but I try to answer in the moment. I hate repeating myself because I like to be a bit more dexterous than that, but sometimes I have to. Okay, I'll deal with it. Move on. It's okay. Probably like, what's your favourite song? What song means the most to you? And I just choose the song in the moment. And probably your next question is going to be, so what's your favourite song? And it's really hard. I don't know.
It's not my next question, don't worry.
What's the next question?
But it would be impossible. I can't even answer that question for what's my favourite song of yours. There's like a holy trinity.
We'll have to both sit on the fence on that one.
Yeah, it's a holy trinity. It's never just one. Oh. A holy trinity for me, slow,
yes,
confide in me,
right,
and in your eyes.
Ooh.
Is that a good holy trinity?
I love that holy trinity. I thought you were going to say slow. Then I thought you were going to say, can't get out of my head. And maybe all the lovers. See, I've caused it's a kerfuffle.
They're convincing me to let you in.
I was so emotional watching this docu-series because you were my first introduction to music, first concert. I still am Kylie mad. Do you ever think about your own legacy and the impact that you've had on pop music?
No, not. I mean, I don't sit and think about it, but as soon as you mention it, I'm like, oh, could become quite emotional because that's an amazing thing to hear, and to think of where I started with a demo tape of Locomotion, no label, no clue, to have kind of spent my life doing this, and to know I have music and moments that touch people and mean something to them. And I mean, that to me is like, that's the cosmic part. And that's like, I know the nuts and bolts of what I do, but there's that otherness that's the magic. And that's when, you know, you hear the song or you come to a concert, I get the feedback from an audience. I just think that's amazing. So I don't really think about my legacy, but if I was to tell baby Kylie one day, you're going to be talking about your legacy music, like, wow.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. You are my queen. Huge congratulations. Thank you so, so much.
Thanks.
Such a pleasure.
Well, enjoy at 3 weeks.